Welcome back, you lovely people. Well, in today's video, unfortunately, we need to talk about Elon Musk. I was hoping that the last time that he did something like this would be the last time that we had to talk about him. But of course, now he wants to be the center of attention all of the time. So let's cover it, even though it might be slightly boring, but we need to discuss what's going on. So he tweeted earlier today, very early in the morning, UK, Bitcoin with a broken heart emoji and a absolutely hilarious Linkin Park meme. And of course, I'm being sarcastic. So what does this mean? Well, if we take it at face value, maybe he's saying he's sold his personal Bitcoin. Maybe he's saying Tesla has sold the Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Maybe he's saying that he's not happy with the messages he's getting about Bitcoin being more sustainable and moving to renewable energy sources. Now, I do not believe any of that. Well, he may have sold his personal Bitcoin, who knows? But my opinion on the underlying factors here are, well, we know that that Elon Musk is essentially bought and paid for by the elites, by the governments, but the US government in particular, and by some of the largest financial entities, for example, such as BlackRock, who own a huge portion of Tesla. And we know he's been successful and he's a billionaire, but a large reason for that is that he has been handed a lot of resources in order to build his companies, from government bailouts, government grants and subsidies, 0% loans, etc., etc. He is certainly very much in the hands of a very, very small group of people. And even the fantastic Cathie Wood, when she was trying to explain what he was doing last time, she slipped in there the theory that he potentially got a call from Larry Fink at BlackRock, BlackRock being one of the largest financial entities who have a major say in the US government. And they are very much leading the ESG charge, of course, not quite what it says on the tin, but we won't get into that. And that he's been getting some calls in order to, let's say, make some waves in the Bitcoin market. And, you know, to me, this makes a lot of sense. And if we want to take it one step further, I now believe that Elon Musk is some sort of Trojan horse who's been sent in to try and disrupt the Bitcoin market. And, you know, is he doing a good job of that? Well, he's certainly causing some volatility in the market. We had our big sell-off, and today we are down 5.6%. But if we zoom out, is Elon Musk's actions going to have an impact on us long term? Well, as we know, if you zoom out far enough, then the Bitcoin price tends to go up. It's pre-programmed. There can only ever be 21 million, and we know that demand is going up. We know that when this happens, the whales and the institutions are leaning in and buying. So, look, these external events can certainly have an impact in the short term. We also saw that in last March with the beginning of the pandemic, but Bitcoin tends to revert to the model and revert to where we expected it to be. So it's frustrating, it's annoying, I get it. But this is much, much bigger than Elon Musk, and he can send us down 5.5% today, but he will not be able to have an impact on what Bitcoin is doing in the long run, because it is far, far more powerful than him and far more powerful than anybody that he's associated with. So I would suggest to try and ignore it. Certainly don't let him or any other misinformation like this shake you out of the market. And it shouldn't be surprising given what's happening in the world. Whenever a threat pops up to the current system, whenever the masses start to wake up and start to understand that they're living under multiple forms of control and tyranny, then there's always resistance from the current system and the powers that be. They send in controlled opposition, they put out misinformation, and they will fight tooth and nail to hold on to what they have. But it is impossible to fight what is happening because Bitcoin is here for the people. It is here to save us from exactly these types of events. And yes, there will be volatility because volatility is going to be absolutely natural when we're trying to change the entire global financial and political and control system. So the resistance is here on both sides. And it is really, really important that we continue to stay strong, to educate ourselves, and to let situations like this make us even stronger. Bitcoin is known as being anti-fragile for this exact reason. And look, even though it is annoying, all of this is more and more exposure and publicity for Bitcoin. Yes, some people will get shaken out, but a hell of a lot of people will also be reading about Bitcoin, what it actually means. And those that are already educated in the market can help to educate others on the truth. The truth is that the truth is Bitcoin. Let's have a look at today. Well, let's have a look at what happened when he put out that tweet, and you can see it quite clearly, a big red Elon Musk candle, because we were showing really, really nice strength as we've been talking about over the past couple of days. We'd broken out of our triangle, broken above our resistance, and we were heading up to 41,000. Like, it was very clear. And then as soon as he put out the tweet, we were down at one point, we were down 9.5%, and now we have recovered already a chunk of that. And just looking here at our triangle, wouldn't it be fantastic if we continued to recover today and closed above our resistance level? I think that would be a very, very strong signal, and it would be great to see that resistance. And I mean resistance towards Elon Musk, because if we do hold that level, I could quite easily see us shaking this off very, very quickly and heading up to 41,000 potentially over the weekend. It can certainly work in our favor if people see the strength in the market, even in spite of what he's doing, then that could catapult us to the upside. But of course, we need to be prepared for the downside. He may have made the market weaker in the short term. So if we do close within our triangle, then we're probably looking to come in and test the bottom, which would be about 34,000. And if we take that out, we've got a strong resistance at 30,000. We want to hold those levels, as we've been talking about before. We particularly want to hold the $30,000 level, but certainly like the strength of the past couple of hours. There are people out there saying that Elon Musk tweets are getting less and less impactful to the market, and that could be true, but we'll have to see what happens over the rest of today and over the weekend. But look, if we do recover out of here quickly, then that's going to be extremely, extremely bullish. But we'll be following it. We don't know exactly what's going to happen right now. Of course, you know, he's thrown another grenade in there, and we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. Our model certainly hasn't broken, and if it does, we'll be talking about it. We'll be talking about what that means. But stay positive, keep educating those around you, keep buying if possible. That's the best possible resistance that can be achieved right now, and certainly be holding on to what you have, because Bitcoin is going a lot higher. We just have to deal with some annoying little billionaire man in the meantime. So thank you for supporting the channel, and well done for putting up with all of this rubbish. And I will talk to you over the weekend.